Everybody else know I'm here. Hey, my loves. Hey, gang. Happy Monday. Happy full moon. I hope everybody is feeling magnificent on this full moon. How is everybody doing? Hey. What's good, Earth Angel? Let me put my glasses on. Why do I be playing every single time I sit here? Hey, guys. How we doing, gang? How's Monday going? How we feeling? How's it going? What's good, Project Execute? Happy full moon, everybody. So let me just start off with saying that it is a Scorpio full moon in Taurus. Taurus, gang. I am a Taurus, okay? And I'm a Taurus sun, Taurus rising. Okay, so we're going to talk about some stuff. I've been up, let's go unicorn. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. Spirit woke me up very early. Okay. And I feel like it's been raining here all day. Thank you guys for the love. It's been raining here all day. What's good, April? What's good, Sandra, right? So listen, Sandrell, sorry. It's been raining here all day. And I feel like that's fitting. Why? Because Scorpio is a water sign. It is the sister sign of Taurus. And I feel like the earth is being nourished. Right? Sun showers got me by the hour. I'm loving you, oh baby. Right? I'm getting Empress energy. What's good, Dominique? Right? And what is supposed to be born? What's good, Brianna? Okay. Listen, those of you on TikTok, you can't see it, but the title is, something new is on the horizon. Okay, and there it is. What's good, main looker here? There is newness on the horizon. Okay. What's good, Nicole? What's good, everybody coming in? It's the little things. Hey. I feel like, thank you guys for all the gifts and the blessings. Happy Mother's Day to all of y'all. You're closing something out. I'm going to explain why I know this. Pluto moved into Aquarius at the beginning of the year to tail end of last year, right? We had Neptune move into Aries. We have Uranus getting ready to get out of Dodge and Taurus, then it's going to come back in, right? It's not really finishing the cycle, but we're about to get a preview of what it's going to look like when it enters Gemini. We got Cancer shifting too. There's a lot. I should say Jupiter shifting too, right? And what do I feel? I feel like right now the hecticness that you feel is because you are simultaneously letting go of something and also beginning something new. The thing is that what's good, Candy? You might have a concept of the new thing, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. You got a new job. But you're gonna need a new car because your car is unreliable. Okay? But before you can do the new car, you got to take care of some old credit. Right? So it feels like a hurry to finish something that you want to be done with, right? To start something new. Now you might not realize that, not only you end up with a new vehicle, okay, but somehow maybe it's electric, and now you're not paying for gas or something. It's like something you're not seeing, okay? Something that is in addition to, okay? So an example of the same situation would be, let's say that you got a new job, but it's a distance away, and it means that you have to move. And you could be thinking like, okay, I just want this little, what's good, Layla, right? La la la. I just want this, 2-bedroom, right? And let's say you say, I'm gonna rent an apartment. I just want like a nice little townhome, right? Not too expensive, 3-bedroom. You call a real estate agent or somebody like that, and they're like, listen, for what you could pay in rent, because everything is happening right now, you could buy that crib for less. Right? It's like something that you don't actually see is about to upgrade you. Upgrade you. Let me upgrade you. Right? So we're going to take a look. I want to say, before I say all of that, what's good, Afro Spiritual? I want to say also that we've got we had some situations on a larger scale, something that's left unfinished. Okay, I'm going to use this as an example. You had 2 individuals using the triple K, wearing hoods to go into a particular area. So something of old, trying to do that in the now, and they ended up laying down. And now they're not wearing hoods, they're wearing sheets, but not the kind that they like. Do you understand? And so there's some things that have to be finished for new beginnings. And they could be a little dramatic. You know what I'm saying? I want to also say, I feel, okay, I know this is not breaking news, but I feel Kilmar Abrego Garcia's energy. We're going to hear something about that situation by the end of the week. They don't want anybody returned because of the discussions, the questions that will come up about the conditions and about some things, okay? All right? And the head count's wrong. The head count's wrong. It's not less, it's more. Right? So people outside are thinking, oh, they've already disposed of certain individuals. Thank you guys for all the love. I greatly appreciate y'all, right? So it's like saying, oh, they got less than they're supposed to have. So what did they do with the people? No, babes, it's not less, it's more. It's more, right? Meaning that there's people that are there that ain't supposed to be there, not just because they don't have a record, but because we don't even know that they're there. Okay, is that making sense? Thanks, guys, for all the love. I greatly appreciate you. You guys are the bomb. Mayu, Soma of the Galactic Heart. I feel like this is giving Empress energy. Okay, we are on an Empress full moon. Okay, I feel like this full moon has Mars because it's Scorpio, Taurus because it's in Taurus season, and they're the opposite sister signs. So there's something about balance or unity, something within, as within, so without. So this also could represent something, what's good, Pata? Something that represents relationships or how things are going in your relationships, okay? Let's see, number 36. The divine mother's milk of the galaxy is feeding your soul. An expansion of your horizons, your spiritual purpose, and your sacred responsibilities is to take place. This divine potential within you is awakening at a higher turn of the creative spiral of consciousness. This oracle is a prophecy of ascension and grace. Okay, so like I said, right, there's something about this because where I am, it's been pouring all day. What's good, Mel? What's good, Candy? It feels like the divine is nourishing the earth, getting ready to birth something. Okay, Taurus, right? Taurus birthing, Scorpio rebirth, right? I invoke the unconditional love of the galactic heart and give thanks for all that is good, true, and nourishing of my being on all levels through unconditional love. I surrender with forgiveness and blessing any issue to do with mothering or being mothered, whether too much or too little. I release myself from false guilt, shame, and judgment now. I release the mother figures in my life with forgiveness in my heart, for I no longer wish to hold on to old pain. I acknowledge I am worthy and deserving of nourishment straight from the sacred milk of unconditional love from the galactic mother. May all mothers receive healing and guidance, blessing and assistance from the divine mother of all souls. With trust, I now open myself to receive what is needed for the ecstatic fulfillment of my being through divine grace. With gratitude, so it is. So Spirit said that it is no wonder that Mother's Day is celebrated in May, the season of the Empress and the Divine Mother. Okay? I feel like I got to talk about something before we get into the other stuff. There was a flying object that was seen over Colombia. It was just up there and it hit a power line and it came down. Because it came down, okay, they were able to intercept this object. The object was a sphere, okay? The sphere supposedly has 3 different components, but like 16 different levels. It has no markings of propulsion. It has no markings of welding. It has no markings of being man-made. On this sphere is, let's say, hieroglyphics, for a better, lack of a better term. But the hieroglyphics that are on there are over 1,000 years old. So in other words, they're languages that we no longer use. Why is this fucking important? Because the fact that it's older languages means that it could have been sent out at a time which that is what they think that we use, or that's what they think that it would be best for them to communicate to us. Okay, for those of you that have been with me for a while, didn't I say that the breakthrough was going to come in a different country, and that it would come most likely in South America, and that they would be more honest about what they found? And now that's what's happening. And the decoding of this is talking about basically consciousness and the intersection of like collective consciousness. Okay? So this says to me that other spheres were captured here when we were all seeing things in the sky. I feel like this interconsciousness message was put there in purpose, okay? I feel like it was also maybe a breakthrough for us. Thank you, Spirit. So, if there was a secret conversation going on, I want y'all to stick with me for a minute. If there was a secret conversation going on and there was a secret agreement and the secret agreement was being actively violated and the outcome that was supposed to be the terms of said agreement would harm the masses, and one of those secret parties decided that if they no longer lived up to their end of the bargain, that and the other party couldn't do shit to enforce it because they wouldn't want to harm everyone. Spirit saying that's what happened, and that the spheres were sent out to notify the public, not the parties in the group. Do you understand? The parties in the group were already aware. But what it was is that the secretness of this agreement allowed people to move how they wanted to move. And so by flooding the zone, flooding the skies with spheres, trying to communicate with who? The masses, to inform them that everything that happens is interconnected. So that was the message for us to understand that there was something outside of the purview of what we were aware of, and that what we actually feel to be the truth is the truth, that there is other life form. But what happened? It didn't get exposed because there are parties that this would dispel their power in the way that they know it. So they're not going to let that be known, right? But the terminology of the language of them saying, there are everything is consciousness and consciousness is interconnected, is a low-key threat. As a reminder, we're all connected, right? So you have skirmishes breaking out all over the world, spheres with notations coming down, talking about how everyone's consciousness is interconnected, kind of like ley lines or a grid, trying to use old forms of communication and we're in the age of Aquarius, right? Where we know that the push for information and for humanitarianism is coming to the forefront. And we also know that Uranus in Taurus is finishing up that cycle, and this greed and capitalist system versus what we value, that's about to shift. All right, we're gonna see what's going on. I think I'm gonna start with earth signs today. I'm going to let you know that I feel like Spirit's going to be talking today as above, so below. Meaning that there could be messages not only for the elements, but also for what is going on in collective. Okay, when those messages come through, I'm going to give them. Please be patient. Spirit. All right, you want me to start with questions? All right. Earth signs. This is the question of the week for you. Every act is a vote for the kind of world we want to live in. What votes am I casting through my daily actions that don't serve the vision I have for a better world? Okay. So what are you presently giving your energy to or not giving your energy to that is shaping your world presently? Okay. I feel like silence is complicity. Spirit is saying silence is complicity. Somebody could have tried to challenge your power by trying to make you react, earth signs. Try to make you react. I feel like your power is in your stillness, earth signs. Your power is in your stillness, in your ability to be unmoved. Okay, bottom of the deck, Hermit, Virgo. Okay, so again, I feel like there's some type of self-analyzing. There's something about going within. This is also about listening before you speak internally. This is about finding where something hit, what chakra did it hit, why did it affect you in that way, and what was the motive for said action before you take your action. Spirit, can you show me, please, what is it that my earth signs need to know right now? Queen of Swords coming out cross. Somebody could have got a little sharp with you. Okay, or they wanted you to respond sharply, or they expected you to. Five of Cups. It might have stung a little bit, or it might have been unexpected. Okay, you have here the Five of Wands. Okay, somebody may be trying to get into a conflict with you. Okay, you have here the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Okay, I feel like somebody could be trying to demonize you, or spread salt on your name or in the game. It's like they're trying to muddy the waters. Let me get this deck right here. Spirit, why is this Queen of Swords here crossed? Why is this Queen of Swords here crossed, please? Why is this Queen of Swords here crossed? Why is this here for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn? Judgment at the bottom of the deck. It is a Scorpio full moon. That is Scorpio's card. I feel like you're going to have to make a decision about something. You might have to stand on something. What's good, Jojo? Let me see. Seven of Wands. I feel like somebody expected you to act out of ego or respond in a particular way. The World. This person could be talking behind your back, saying something like, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn thinks they're better than me. I'm not talking to them because they don't speak nicely, or they were harsh. Okay, but I feel like they're being defensive about something. Thank you, my love, for the gift. Okay, Five of Cups is here. I feel like they're being defensive about something. They're not giving up all the information. I feel like they don't want to give up the information because that's not exactly how shit went. Okay, so you got the Five of Cups with the Temperance card. Okay, I feel like this person only wants to remember the negative things. They don't want to think about the positive shit. Okay, they would rather think about the 2 things that they feel you've done unjustly rather than 10 things that you've done positively for them. I feel like this is somebody who doesn't like accountability. All right. At the bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles. I feel like this could be an ex, but this is somebody that either you work with or you have some type of relationship with. This could be a child, a parent, a friend, any kind of relationship. All right. I feel like this person would like to mend something, but they don't want to come off of some kind of pride or something of making it look like it's you. Okay, Five of Wands, Spirit. Why is that? Five of Wands. So you have here with the Queen of Cups, okay, and the Magician, all right? You could be, this could be a mother figure, a feminine figure, but this also could be like a child of yours, okay? Now this could be something about like conflict, and they're manifesting, or they're trying to change the narrative about how something happened. You're coming up as the Queen of Cups, even though they're describing you over here as the Queen of Swords crossed, which is like a bitter bitch, right? So it feels like they have a narrative going, okay? And you have the Seven of Swords out here. Spirit, why is the Seven of Swords out here? Can you show me, please? Why is the Seven of Swords out here? The Seven of Swords is out here with the King of Cups. This could be a spouse or a child, okay? Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but this is somebody in their feelings, okay? Seven of Swords, okay? And they're not being honest with themselves, let alone you. Okay, the Page of Swords, this person could have you blocked, okay? Or they could be trying to block a conversation or taking responsibility with the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck and the Chariot. Okay, so it's like they want to avoid the problem with you. Okay, with the Ace of Cups is here. Spirit, why is the Ace of Cups here? Can you show me, please? And you have Ace of Cups with the King of Swords cross. Look who's the one that has the problem, okay? So this person is suffering from some type of, it's King of Swords, so it could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but doesn't have to be, okay? This is just somebody who's not using, the King of Swords is based in fact and logic when it's crossed, right? This is coming like kind of from a bitter place, okay? I just confirmed your last 12 hours, literally. There you go, babes. And then you got the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this person doesn't want to take accountability for some kind of action that they took that they don't want to look at. Okay, so they would prefer to like try to make you look as the bad guy. Okay, the Emperor. This person, the Emperor has no clothes, right? They want to seem in power and in control, but in reality, right, you got the Ten of Pentacles underneath. This person could be saying like, I do everything, or I pay for everything, or whatever, right? And then the Moon. But I feel like this is something based in emotion, and it's not mature. Okay, Knight of Cups. This person, and you could probably see that they're up to this shit. And remember, your question was basically saying that there was something going on, and maybe you're staying silent. So in some way, you could have let this person, by like kind of ignoring their drama, you could have made this monster. Okay, where now they expect you to throw yourself on a sword so that their pride don't get hurt, but it's not fucking real life. Okay, that's what I'm really getting. Okay, so Spirit is also saying, how did this show up in your sphere? Were you avoiding conflict? Okay, was Alexa broadcasting right? Were you avoiding conflict with this person for so long for other little things that they just thought that you was going to bend the knee? So yeah, now you know that that's their problem, but where is that in you? How did you end up in the situation of having to play down your own situation so that this person could feel safe? Right? Seven of Cups is at the bottom of the deck with the Empress, right? With the Three of Swords. So you kept trying to cure their illusions or whatever they didn't want to see with your Empress energy, and then you end up with the heartbreak because they expect you to be always the party at fault, okay? Because their egos are too like fragile, okay? And so now, right, where it's something that is not, maybe those other things were minor and you didn't think they were important, but this is something more important. So now you got to be like, yo, you're doing too much. And they don't like it. Let's get a final message for my earth signs. Can we equal out the likes, please, on YouTube? If you have, you can try to play you for a fool. If you have not followed me on YouTube, please do that. You know, you never know what's going to happen with TikTok. Spirit, can you show me final word for earth signs, please? Yeah, something flipped. Pathway. So like I said, there was a new situation afoot, okay? And I feel like this could have been going on for several years even, okay? But you have here pathway with concern at the bottom of the deck, okay? Underneath that is child, so it could be a child. But I feel like this person, they might have some wounds that have to do with accountability or something like that. And I feel like what you're recognizing now is that death and rebirth that I was talking about in the beginning for the path forward is going to entail you having to stand up to something in the light of day. And maybe you're doing that in your silence. Like you don't have to announce it. I feel like your energies is your loudest advocate. And so therefore stand in your power. I feel like this person, your lack of words will make them fold, okay? Your lack of words will make them fold. Remember I said that. Your lack of words will make them fold. Okay? That doesn't mean you have to not speak at all, but keep it brief. They will get the message. Okay. Next, air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's get you guys a question. I feel like we're in spring and we're going to still see a rash of wildfires. That's going to be a lot of silence coming this weekend. I'm packing up and moving forward. There it is. Okay, Spirit, can you show me, please? For air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. What are the painful or negative stories I have been telling myself that are not serving me or my goals? Air signs. Somebody wants a particular narrative to ring in your ears. I feel like it might have been ringing in your ears for a long time. I feel like there could be two parties, air signs, with two parties that maybe are influential. Maybe these are two people you hold dear. Maybe these are two people that you hold dear. But I feel like somebody wanted to skew your vision of something because it helped them, help them, help them. They didn't want to stand alone. Okay. But I feel like now that you've taken a step back and have detached from something, you're seeing something for the clearness. I feel like somebody didn't defend themselves. Somebody didn't defend themselves, and that's the victim. Somebody didn't defend themselves, and that is the victim. Okay, let me light this candle. Somebody didn't defend themselves, and that is the victim. What Jay-Z said, don't believe none of what you hear and half of what you see, or some shit like that. Okay, so let's get some tarot. Let's see what's going on here. Spirit, can you show me what it is that my air signs need to know right now? What do they need to know right now, please? What do they need to know? What do they need to know right now? What do they need to know? Strength card. The World. Air sign. Are you dealing with a Taurus or a Earth sign? Could be a Leo too, or a fixed sign. I'm about to tell y'all something. There goes Taurus at the bottom of the deck with Judgment underneath. Okay. There's a situation. I feel like somebody was doing something. I feel like they wanted somebody to go along with them. Like, I don't like that person, so you shouldn't like that person either. And they could have gave you some reasoning, and you could have been like, yeah, that doesn't sound fair. That doesn't sound right. And this other person may have decided that they were not going to defend themselves. And I feel like this could be an earth sign. Okay? So this could be I'm going to give you the situation. You put yourself where you need to go, okay? Somebody could be saying that someone is a bad person because they X, Y, and Z. And this other person who's saying this, it's because they don't want to address this person they're accusing of behavior. They could hash it out with that person directly. Thank you guys for all the love. They don't want to do that. They would rather slander this person and turn other people away from that person, because what they want is to isolate this person. Now, whoever this person is, whether this is you or someone else, this person is not defending themselves. Why? Because they feel, and I agree, I'm with you. They feel that if you knew them, then you wouldn't believe that shit anyway. Or maybe this is you. Like, oh, so you think I would do that? I'm not going to correct you. Fuck that. Go ahead with that. That actually means that that's something you would do. Let's clarify. So somebody is telling on themselves by some type of action. Okay. And let's say you're the person that this person is telling. So this earth sign has done X, Y, and Z, and they're so bad, and yada, yada, yada. And then you turn around and say, oh, yeah, so why don't you confront them? And then they say, well, I don't want to confront them. We should just stay away from that person. Why? Stream card, Spirit. Why is that? Five of Cups. I feel like before you allow somebody to tell you about somebody else, you should think about that, because A, why is this person being isolated? And B, you don't want to have a regret for believing somebody else without lack of proof, okay? So, you have here the World with the Empress. I'm telling you that this is a divine feminine frequency, whether it's male or female, who is refusing to defend themselves, because they feel like, you know what, it's even better. I killed two birds with one stone, because now I know how this person feels about me. And secondly, it's showing me that this other person would believe that, so they don't fuck with me either. So both of y'all could go. Okay. Seven of Cups. Okay. If you are an air sign, you will have to put yourself in the role of that. Okay. Seven of Cups with the Hierophant. You see, Seven of Cups is talking about illusion, and the Hierophant is faith and hope, right? So, and it really could be a Taurus, and specifically, who's saying, you're trying to slander me and make people believe things about me that are not fucking true. And now I see how the fuck you move. So I'm not fucking with you, and I'm also not fucking with the people who believe your shit, or who are down with you. I want to be down, right? So actually, this person has done a favor in some way. Air signs, because they're exposing somebody. Okay, now the thing is, you could be the person that they're attacking, or they could be trying to get you to attack somebody else. Be careful. Okay, be careful. You have here the Seven of Wands with the King of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Pentacles, right? So this could be like, let's say this is someone you know who's always been reliable. The King of Pentacles is reliable, right? Who's always been reliable, right? Maybe even helpful in some way. And this person wants you to look at them in a particular way. Or this could be you being helpful to them in some way, maybe financially, right? Maybe it's some kind of business partnership or something. And somebody else is trying to sully that or stop that. I feel like you're going to leave them out in the cold. Okay, you got the Queen of Cups here. I feel like you felt for this person deeply. And you didn't even fucking know that there was a conflict with this person. Okay? I feel like you were giving to them equally, and now, Ten of Swords. You feel betrayed. Whether it is because they were talking about you, or because they were trying to get you to turn on someone else that is equally important to you. Okay, so what Spirit is saying here, air signs, is that you need to be cautious about who you believe. Who do you love? Are you sure? You got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, why is this Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck with the Three of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles? Okay, so it feels like there's somebody here who's reliable. Okay, but there could be somebody else who's not as reliable, or who doesn't do what they say when they're gonna do it. Okay, and in the future they could be trying to head you off or get you to not deal with somebody else. And I feel like, be careful who you believe this week, air signs, because it could be some undoing of yourself or some financial opportunity. Okay. Because maybe somebody wants to separate you or someone else from the crowd. All right. Be cautious with that. All right. Water signs. Is water next? Yeah. Water signs. Pull up. Oh, wait. Let me give air signs one final note. Yeah, gift. I feel like the thing they're trying to separate you from is actually good for you or a good person or has something. I haven't done fire yet. You're here in time. This person may have a gift for you, or if this is somebody that's important to you. I feel like earth signs was first. I feel like this, if you can see through somebody's nonsense, there's like a reward for you. Okay. There's like a reward for you. Okay. If you can use your discernment and not fall for somebody's shenanigans. All right. Water signs. Let's go. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. You're welcome. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please. Stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. And it says, who are the people that makes me so happy to be on this planet? What are the activities that make me feel alive? Am I spending enough time with these people and these activities? So what's got your attention right now? Okay. Both of them resonated with you. Courage is knowing what not to fear. How can I acknowledge situations that trigger me as opportunities to practice courage? Water signs, something's pulling you away from the things that you love, and I feel like you keep trying to break this habit, this system, this cord, and you can't. You end up back in the same position. It's like a habit. This could be overeating, this could be smoking under stress. Okay, I'm going to use cigarettes as a good example of what I'm saying. So let's use that. Let's say that you have a couple kids, they're on teams, you are a traveling parent, right? Soccer, whatever. Good, right? So let's say that you have smoked cigarettes since before your children were born. You didn't smoke while you were pregnant, but you smoke cigarettes. You don't smoke around your kids. You go outside. You don't smoke in your home. You do all the things. But when you go to matches, let's say it's soccer, right? And your kid is on the field, right? And you get the desire to smoke a cigarette, you maybe have to go to your car because you don't want to smoke on the field, right? And then you miss plays because you in your car smoking a cigarette, right? And then, at dinner, right? Everybody else is having dessert and you're outside smoking a cigarette, right? And let's say you're at home watching a movie, right? And then you got to take a break and the movie's still playing because you have to go smoke a cigarette, right? So here's the thing. You may be fully acknowledging that your family is the most important thing, but that habit of smoking the cigarette got you in a chokehold that got you pulling away from the shit that's important to you. So it's like the addiction is over what you value. And Uranus and Taurus was definitely here to teach us what it is that we value. What's good, sunshine is my therapy, right? You see what Spirit's talking about? So let's get some tarot. I feel like a habit that you've been trying to break is standing in the way of what you're trying to enjoy. Water signs. Okay? Spirit, can you show me what is it that Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio need to know right now? What is it that Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio need to know right now? What is it that Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio need to know right now? What is it that Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio need to know right now? Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is something, whatever this is that's going on, I feel like you wish you had never started it, okay? Or like it was a bad idea to begin with, but now it's kind of been with you for a long time, okay? So you got the Two of Wands. I feel like you have decided that thing is a problem and it has to go. Magician, okay, with the Hierophant, okay? You could be trying very hard to rationalize your walk in this situation with the World and the Ace of Swords. Ooh, there's a truth to be told to the self, okay? With the motherfucking Empress at the bottom of the deck. Let's say that you're pregnant. And this doesn't have to be physically. It could be. But something that you want to birth into reality needs to have something be sacrificed. Taurus, birth. Scorpio, sacrifice. The death for the rebirth. You have the Two of Wands out here with the Magician, the Hierophant, the World, and the Six and the Ace of Swords. It feels very much like there's a decision that's been made, but the follow through is not all the way there. Do you believe in life after love? So there's also something about the promises we make. It's like a New Year's resolution. Do you believe it? Okay, with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is fiery magnetic energy. Okay, I feel like you have the power. I got the power, right? You got the power to do it, but it feels like you're gonna have to Ace of Cups, right? With the Chariot and the Fool. It would be so, and the Two of Cups, right? But the Four of Swords, you have to give up something. Okay, you have to heal from something. Okay, so the Two of Wands, why is this here? With the Four of Wands, you've made a decision on what would bring you peace and harmony. Okay, the Two of Wands and the Four of Wands is the Six of Wands. This is the concept of the decision. Like, this is what I would like to accomplish. Okay, with the High Priestess, this is maybe not even verbalized yet. Okay, Six of Wands. I know it would be so wonderful to accomplish this with the Six of Cups, to get back, right? This could be back into that pair of jeans. This could be back to my health before I started smoking, whatever the case may be. Okay, you got the Magician here, okay? Spirit, why? With Temperance, okay? You have probably whatever this addiction is, okay? You could have been saying, well, I'm going to quit after my birthday. Oh, I'm going to go on that diet after Thanksgiving or after New Year's, or maybe Easter, right? It feels like something keeps moving. Temperance, okay? Sagittarius energy, okay? It feels like you could manifest it, but it's taking you long because you haven't healed something that needs to happen to make something come into fruition. And I feel like it has to be on a strong boundary, and Temperance Sagittarius is giving me like a moving goal. Okay, so you have the Hierophant here. Why is this Hierophant here? The Hierophant comes out with the Page of Cups, right? I have faith in myself. I can do it, but there was a reason why I didn't do it this time. I'm not going to be so hard on myself. People came from outside of town. So, yeah, I had some dessert and then we went to this thing and then, right? Doesn't matter what it is, right? Or, I gave up cigarettes, but I got into an argument with my boss. So I'm so stressed out. So I'm just going to smoke this one pack, right? So the world, spirit, why? With the Empress. If you want to birth the new version of yourself, you're going to have to do something cold turkey. That's the truth. A full stop, okay? The sun. I feel like you have to bring it out into the light of day. I feel like also maybe say it out loud so other people, give people permission to hold you accountable. Okay, with the death card in reverse, it's like you don't want to let go of something. And then the Queen of Swords was there. So it's like you're getting mad at them telling you, didn't you say you was going to quit that shit? Right? So here's the Ace of Swords. Spirit, why is the Ace of Swords here? Ace of Swords comes out with the Two of Swords. And what if the truth is that you don't want to see it? Right? What if the truth is that you're recognizing that you have an addiction of whatever kind of this could be of shopping because I got annoyed, right? But you might be looking at the addiction, but not the underlying problem as to why you started doing that to begin with. And that would help you to address, right? Seven of Cups, the mystery as to how this thing got a grip over you, right? With the King of Cups, right? So it could be emotionally tied to like the father relationship or something like that. But let's just say that the King of Cups also doesn't like to wear their emotions on their sleeve, right? So you could be dealing with your emotions in a different way by eating them, smoking them, shopping them away. Right? So Spirit wants you to pay attention, right? And maybe if you recognize what this is, you will be able to put a stop to it, okay, before it continues to sabotage that which you really desire, okay? I'm going to get you guys one more. Spirit, can you show me what else is it that my water signs need to know? What's the cheerfully sweet? Final message. Great fortune. I feel like something's getting ready to come in. Something large. Whether this is good health or something, clean bill of health, right? But I feel like it feels bigger than that. You could be even changing your job or high honor. Wow, all these are great cards, okay? So there could be some financial gain or something coming to you, but I feel like you have to let go of something, right? And I was saying, there's a new thing coming, but it's on the back of the sacrifice of something, right? So the Empress wants to give birth to something new, but she has to be willing to release something that no longer is helping her in aiding her and where she wants to be. Okay, so in other words, if you're trying to be a present parent, smoking is not going to help you be present because it's so much time that have to be outside to smoke your cigarettes, right? So just an example of that, right? Or you may not realize how much time is spent on that when you could be, making money with that time, saving money with what you spend on the cigarettes. There's a lot of ways you could look at it, right? I feel like if this is something that you do financially, like whether it's buy cigarettes or whatever, Spirit is saying put that money continuously away for 3 months and see what you can do with it. Okay? All right, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, pull up. show me? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, please. What do they need to know? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What do they need to know? You're welcome. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Thank you. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. Where in my life am I seeing injustice and not speaking up? Okay, so something's rubbing you the wrong way. I feel like you're trying to stay out of the situation because you might feel like it challenges something or threatens something of yours. So let's take a look. Spirit, or this could be somebody else who's not doing the right thing because it challenges something of theirs. Spirit, can you show me, please, what is going on here? You've got the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, I feel like you're letting go of something. With the 5 of Swords, okay? Like somebody wanted something so bad, you're like, fuck it, you have it. 6 of Swords, let's see how well it does for you. With the 3 of Wands and the King of Cups and the Hangman. I did a video about this yesterday, almost exactly. It said that somebody would try to get over in some way. And, you know, you might question if this person's trying to get over on you, but don't. Give from where, you know, your true heart is. Because I feel like this person gets their recompense. We're about to find out. Spirit, can you show me? Somebody thought they were getting away with something. The stupid people win stupid prizes. Spirit, can you show me? 9 of Wands in reverse with the King of Swords and the 8 of Wands. Somebody thought they were slick talker and that they could out talk you or out do circles around the situation, and that verbally or contractually they could get away with something and leave you out in the cold. Okay. The 5 of Swords is here. I feel like you could have easily exposed this King of Cups for some type of emotional manipulation, but it feels like you're letting them believe, 7 of Cups, that they've got you fooled. Queen of Wands, okay? I feel like they definitely want something you have, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, okay? The spark of creation. They want some type of energy that you have. I feel like they might think that they got the secret sauce, but the secret sauce is you. So even if you give them whatever this thing is, it means nothing without your frequency. Okay, so the 6 of Swords is here. Spirit, why is the 6 of Swords here? 6 of Swords comes out with the Empress and the 7 of Swords. Exactly what I'm saying, right? That the energy of the Empress is what makes this thing valuable, not what this person is trying to steal from you. Can I give you an example? Let's say you have a lotion company. You make lotion. Lots of people make lotion. Right? Let's say you have a partner. The partner gets into a legal thing with you. They want to steal the company. Right? And you're like, you know what? I'm not going to fight with you. Take the fucking company. I'll start another company and I'll make lotion. And what will happen is that your new company will be successful and they will not. Because why? Because you are the secret sauce, not whatever it is. Okay. So you have the 3 of Wands here. Spirit, why is the 3 of Wands here? with the star, okay? It might take you a little while because defensively, you may want to protect this thing. But I feel like it occurs to you with the ace of, with the 3 of wands and the star, that you can build it again, or that you can do it again, or that it's something to do with your creation. Okay, with the Queen of Swords, and it's like now you know the truth, you know the power. Okay, with the moon. Okay, so again, I feel like you're almost, it's like you could have fought them, but you're like, you know what, I got one better. You have it, and the karma that goes with it too. King of Cups. Why? Because this person, they just wanted to take something from you or something like that. Okay, it makes them feel better, but they don't know what to do with the thing. They don't know how to care for it, move it along. They don't have your knowledge. What's good, Lady Lynn? Okay, they don't have your knowledge to make this happen. Okay, Page of Swords, they'll be blocked from the level of success because you were what made this successful. Okay, so the Judgment card is here. Okay, I feel like this person will have to admit that they can't move forward without your input. Okay, I feel like it'll be too late though. You will already be in the Fool's journey, a whole new world, a whole new beginning with the Ace of Cups, and you're going to be grateful. Okay, because now you can correct any errors. So I'm getting like a business, right? Let's say you had a business or a business idea or whatever, right? I feel like this other person may want what is yours or what was both of y'all because they think it makes it easier for them. And they think they got the winning sauce, but they don't recognize that you were the winning sauce. I feel like you're letting them have what they want because it's coming with a healthy dose of karma. And that the truth is that they're going to see that trying to out trick you of something is really cutting off their own nose despite their face. I feel like your intention was not to remove them. Let's say that you were married to somebody, you guys share a business. Maybe you didn't want to liquidate the business. Maybe what you was just wanted to liquidate the marriage and they could have made money alongside of you, but they chose a way that it's like, no, it's my business. Okay, it's your business. You don't have to fucking run the business, but go ahead. Knock yourself out. Let's see how well that goes for you. Meanwhile, you start a whole new business, right? That business implodes upon themselves. They got the debt from it because now they ran it into the ground. And meanwhile, you're happy because you can fix all the little things that now you know better to do from the beginning. So it makes it easier for you. Spirit, can you show me last message for my fire signs? False person. All they did was expose that they weren't really in your corner. Courtship, and you were building something solid with them, but now you can put that shit to rest. Coffin, right? Because now you figured out that you're the official person and that they were never the official person, and that the wealth is really yours. Okay, but that wealth that comes from within, and this person thought they were going to cash in on your gift in some way. Okay, they wanted to punish you in some way, send you a message, but I feel like it's going to backfire. Okay, because they can't, it's like they can't do it without you. All right. Yeah. Okay, that's what I have for my all my elements. I am gonna try. Actually, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. We're gonna do star seeds tomorrow. Usually happens on Sunday. I took a Mother's Day break. I needed it. But we'll do star seeds tomorrow. Is there anything else for it? So they had already stopped the ports are already almost fucking empty. And now they're announcing that supposedly there was a trade deal that will give up a little break. But the problem is that it's going to take a good amount of time to get those things back stocked. We're still going to see within 2 weeks some financial hardship and shortages. Spirit said there's also, thank you, my love. She said, and I deserve the break. Spirit said that that there's a distraction at play because they don't want us to look at A, the conditions of these holding places, and B, that the numbers aren't adding up. So if they're supposedly, that's why they don't want to confirm anything, because if it was supposedly 200 people, it was 1,000 that was sent. Okay? So there's some things they don't want you to look at the conditions. They don't want you to know certain things that are considered crimes against humanity. And Spirit said, watch what happens by November. Okay, watch what happens by November. I feel like some people are going to get locked up. Okay. All right, guys. I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye. Okay. Bye, guys.